Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the North Node in the 9th house in the natal horoscope. As most of you know, the 9th house the North Node is connected with the soul's mission or purpose, I guess you could say, perhaps this time around. And also something that we need to emphasize and accentuate generally in the second part of one's life, generally like maybe approximately after age 30. And the South Node is something that maybe it needs some detachment from. I refer to as the redundant spot in the horoscope, and something that may have been overemphasized in the first part of the person's life, and doesn't necessarily need to be eradicated completely, but needs maybe a little less focus on in the second part of one's life. Now, anyway, the first thing I look at with this placement, and I see that perhaps that some things connected with the third house, such as brothers, sisters, the siblings, communications in the community, in their general neighborhood, and something in their early learning. There may have been something that was had some negative experiences, may have been to the person's detriment to some degree, something connected with one of these things. It can indicate that this person in the first part of their lives may have learned a lot of things, maybe superficially, and maybe desires the second half of the life to learn things of a more abstract nature, broad concepts, and learn things more deeply and extensively. And this could, obviously, the one conclusion one can come to is that by emphasizing the higher education, more collegiate studies, this is not to say if this person didn't necessarily do anything college-wise or in the first part of their life, but something that maybe is unfulfilled, still connected with this area of the person's life. And this person may emphasize this a little more after the age of 30. This could even be taking some vocational courses or something, and just something that this person yearns for to learn the second part of one's life. And it's possible that this person, the first half of their lives, maybe had some unsound advice from people in their neighborhood and their general community, and it might have had negative results on this person. And we look at this placement, and perhaps by emphasizing the higher education more, by long journeys, through traveling, this person, and also through perhaps foreign cultures, understanding people, their insight may be more. This person can have more, more wisdom in terms of who or what they listen to in their own community, and perhaps have better communications, maybe even to some degree, in their own community. There may have been problems with short journeys in the earlier part of the person's life. We look at this placement, and the 9th house is connected with in-laws, and perhaps this placement shows it could be auspicious for in-laws in the latter part of the person's life. The 9th house is also connected with publishing. Now, perhaps this person had put off something where they wanted to write a book or do something associated with publishing, even have a company connected with this, that maybe they're not even on the writing end, maybe even being an editor at a publishing company. Maybe there were some aspirations connected with this that this person procrastinated on in the first part of their life, and they decided to go for it later on. The 9th house also is associated with religion. Maybe this person, regardless of whether they're religious or spiritual or not, felt compelled to accentuate this more in the second half of their life. And we look at this, and the 9th house is about philosophy as well, and maybe this person even emphasizes college more in the second half of their life, maybe even takes a course in philosophy, or just emphasizes just others' philosophies, um, and listening to maybe things that are connected with philosophy a little more, gaining and perhaps hearing others' viewpoints a little bit more. They gain a greater understanding, perhaps maybe even of themselves to some degree, and understanding others' philosophies really could very well empower them. Perhaps this person is the kind of person, if they emphasize philosophy, maybe they could be kind of like a motivational guru or teacher, or something connected with this, like similar to like an Anthony Robbins, someone that propels somebody to reach greater heights, and so on and so forth, and as far as maximizing potential. And we'll look at this placement, and we look at the ninth house, and also as far as like the long distance traveling, perhaps this could be very beneficial to the person, and perhaps through this they could do they kind of go beyond their box, so to speak, and learn about people, perhaps whether it's other countries or people in other communities, and get some broader insight into things, and things don't always have to be just limited to one's own neighborhood and one's community. It's always important to kind of expand a little this way and kind of hear others' perspectives, others' philosophies on issues, and therefore become more broad-minded regarding things. And so anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the North Node in the ninth house in a natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the North Node in the 10th house in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.